Calling all Gibson Collector's Choice fans, we've got another one. In today's episode we check out number 12A, which is a replica of a 1957 Les Paul previously owned by a Gibson CEO. So without further ado, let's get straight into this video. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Squealing Pig Guitars, the home of luxury strat machines here in Nottingham, England. My name is Ben Keightley, and today we have a very special Gibson Collector's Choice guitar. We've covered quite a lot of Collector's Choices on the channel. They're basically a limited edition release from the Gibson Custom Shop around the 2010s to 2015 era. What makes this guitar interesting is that this guitar is a replica of Henry Juskovich's 1957 Les Paul Standard. If you don't know who Henry is, he used to be the managing director of Gibson. It's quite interesting because a lot of people lay the blame at Henry's door for the kind of demising of Gibson around 10 years ago. Obviously they're back up to speed now and performing very well as a company. But there was a time where Gibson were a little bit lost as a company, and that was when he was in charge. So this guitar is actually the replica of his personal 57 Les Paul Standard. So let's pull out the case and have a look at this beauty. So guys, now it's time to open up this beautiful Lifton case. I have just checked if it's all okay, as this has literally just come off from UPS. As you can see, we've got Les Paul Collector's Choice 12A Henry. The reason it says Henry is because the previous CEO of Gibson was called Henry, and this is a recreation of his 57 Les Paul Standard. So opening it up, you can see we've got an absolutely stunning version of a 57 gold top. It's a natural back, it's got some really nice aging to it. Obviously we'll have a closer look when we do the specs. So here we are, we just have the gold top, nice kind of aging, got some really nice patina, some real nice kind of body wear here. Has a really nice kind of bronze look, it's not green at all. So there's some backstory about this Gibson guitar. So without further ado, let's go to the Spec Talk and break down every spec that makes up this Gibson Collector's Choice 12A. So guys, now it's time to go over the specs of this Gibson Collector's Choice 12A. This is a very nice 1957 reissue of a gold top. Got some really nice aging, obviously pre-Murphy Lab, as these were in the early 2010s. Lovely patina as well, as I'm just seeing now. And I have to say that I've already done the tone demo for this. Obviously you guys will see it in a little bit. This guitar plays and sounds incredible. One of the better Collector's Choices that I've felt. The finish feels very natural, feels very much like a vintage guitar. It's a very nice recreation. The main thing about this guitar that I love is the pickups. These are the kind of PAF replicas using Alnico-free pickups. They're unpotted, so they have a really nice kind of brash and brittle tone, but they can clean up really nicely, almost sounding like an overpowered Telecaster in some way. But you guys know the construction of a Les Paul reissue by now, so we've got a one-piece mahogany body in this natural finish, got some really nice kind of buckle rash and, you know, assorted wear. On the top, we've got a maple top covered with this beautiful gold. This is like my type of gold top. It's got a kind of bronze look rather than a green look. Looks really nice. And then you have the yellow patina on the side, which again just looks great. We've got an ABR1 bridge drilled directly into the top and an aluminium stop tailpiece. 2 volumes, 2 tones, the thumb bleeders, and a three-way switch. I've mentioned the pickups already. As we go to the neck, we have a mahogany neck with the 57 profile. This is pretty thick, a little bit thicker than your 59, but I'd say that this particular example is a little bit thinner than you'd expect on a classic 57 reissue. Definitely a little bit thinner than a 58, which I guess isn't historically accurate, but each guitar was made different in this time. We have a rosewood fingerboard with the celluloid trapezoid inlays, and we have the kind of tortoiseshell inlays on the side there. These look really cool when they hit the light, have a little bit of a red glow. Then looking at that headstock, we can see we've got the Gibson logo slightly lower down in 57, so that's an accurate spec with the gold silkscreen Les Paul, and then we have the 2 screw bell truss rod, and then we have the Gibson Deluxe Clouson tuners. And as you can see on the back here, we've got Collector's Choice 12A. I believe these guitars were in extremely low numbers, especially this particular Collector's Choice, so I think they are very rare. They feel amazing, so if you get the chance to try one, rest assured they play amazingly. It's just whether it's your kind of cup of tea with the gold top and the relicking. But that's all the specs from this amazing guitar, so without further ado, let's go to the tone demonstration and plug her in. The tone demonstration of this Collector's Choice Gibson guitar. For today's episode, we'll plug directly into my Kemper Profiler rig. I'm using an AC30, I've got a tube screamer on the floor, a fuzz pedal, an EQ, and a little bit of spring reverb. But really, this guitar is doing all the talking here. These pickups are so transparent and sound amazing. So let's hear what I played in the intro, which was inspired by Josh Smith. that tone there is full volume and just a little bit of the tone rolled off. As I roll that tone off even more, you can kind of get that woman tone, you know, the Clapton. All the way up. Start to hear the snap. A little bit slashy in a way, very, very transparent and awesome tone. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's do some clean tones first and just hear all the pickup options first. So, turning the tube screamer off, this is the neck pickup. Now let's hear both pickups together. Finally, the bridge pickup. Rolling down the tone a little bit. If you know where that solo is from, make sure to comment down below. If so, you're a true Red Hot Chili Peppers fan. I've just increased the reverb a little bit now for some more ambient tones. Let's hear that neck pickup one last time before going to the gain channel. it's time for the gain tones, what you've all been waiting for. So I put the tube screamer on. I'm using the same patch, just more gain really. So this is my lead pickup sound. So guys, we're at the end of the video. I really hope you've enjoyed checking out this Gibson Collector's Choice 12A. I know I have. It sounds incredible and it's a really good example of a 57 Les Paul. But most importantly, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of this guitar? Do you love it or hate it? Let me know down below. And make sure to leave a like rating if you have enjoyed. This really helps us increase engagement on these videos, which means bigger and better guitars for you. Also, if you're new to this channel, hit subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified when we make a new post. I upload Monday to Friday, bringing you videos of the best guitars in the music industry, so make sure to hit subscribe if you like guitars. So the real question is, what am I going to rate this guitar today? So this guitar has achieved a 9 out of 10 rating, which is a very high rating, of course. This guitar resonates so well. As I say, it's probably one of the better examples of a 57 that I've played. Yes, it's a natural back, it's got a little bit of buckle wear, but the main thing about this guitar is the neck shape, the pickups, and the way it resonates on my body. For me, whether you're doing clean tones, distortion tones, or most importantly blues, this guitar really sounds good. It has that tone that I have in my head. Even though I'm playing for a Kemper and it's like a digital amp, it still embodies that vintage vibe, and playing vibratos and bends and stuff like that just sounds so good on this guitar. I do believe that the gold tops sound a little bit different to the burst. I don't know if it's because of the paint and it being more thick or whatever, or the different construction or whatever, but I always feel like gold tops have a bit more of a snappier sound and have a little bit more balls in the mid-range. The way I described it earlier was kind of like a telly on steroids. It's very trebly, but you can kind of control it with the tone control and get some really nice warm tones as well. I always like bright guitars because in my thought process, if a guitar is always dull, it's going to be very hard to get it brighter. Whereas if a guitar is bright, you can always control it with the tone knob, which means you just get a plethora of tones. So I much prefer bright guitars, and this is definitely a bright one. If you're in the market for a gold top, I'd really recommend checking out this Collector's Choice. It's one of the best Collector's Choices that I've played, and it's also top wrap, which is quite interesting. I'm not sure if that was a spec that Henry did with his gold top, or if that's just what the previous owner did, but it played very, very nicely, whoever set it up. But that's my opinion today, guys. 9 out of 10 for Collector's Choice 12A, but as I said, let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of this guitar? And most importantly, if you own any Gibson custom shop guitars, let me know in the comment section below as well. I love chatting to you guys in the comments section. I love chatting to you guys in the comments and hearing about your guitar collections and your opinions on this gear. It really is interesting. But thank you so much for tuning in today. That is the end of the video. My name is Ben Keightley, and that leaves me with one last thing to say. Keep rocking, guys. I'll see you soon.